Hey guys, we're here at One Spirit Martial Arts in Virginia, and we're going to take a look at some escapes from the chair mount position. So a lot of times I'll get into this position, the person's in mount, and I'll start to turn my body to the side to look for a bladed position. And they'll go into the chair mount position. So they're in a seated position. Their knee is along my back here. Okay, so generally they're going to tighten this foot up to kind of control the position. One of the things I have to do is make sure I maintain a good position as far as posture when I'm defending the position. If I tilt my torso forward and I'm on a 90-degree angle here, it makes it easier for her to go to my back. Right, so she can slide the knee up and start trying to work hooks in and take the back. So if we go back, if I can turn on a 45-degree angle and I'm opening up the chest here, bowing the chest open, she starts to go for that position. It's going to be more difficult for her to control my position to try to go to back there. So I want to maintain that 45-degree angle as I'm defending. So one of the first things I look for to control this position, as she starts to tighten up a little bit, my elbow, the top elbow here, she feels the back of it against her hip. So I'm building a frame. I like to cup this knee here too as I control. And what I'm going to do is push against her with this top elbow. And I'm framing to keep her in position as I move my hips forward. So I get my toes active and I just start to scoot my hips forward as I keep her in position, and I can start to work myself out. So this is what it'll look like without someone in the position. I built my frame and I'm pushing back with the back of that elbow. I'll control the knee, get my toes active and start to scoot my hips out and aim my weapons toward her. One more time. She's taking the position. I get a good posture, build the frame against her, and this is to keep her in a position while I move. I can start to get my toes active and scoot away. That's one of the first techniques I will use to escape the chair mount position. Okay guys, we've been working on doing some escapes from the chair mount position. This is a second option from escaping from that position. I'm going to run through some body positions first, and then I'm going to have my uke take the position, but I want to show the position without a body in the way just so you can see the mechanics. Anytime I turn to the side, we spoke about this last time, I want to maintain a 45-degree angle with my body. If I go too far forward, or a forward 45, it starts to allow my partner to work on taking my back and control me. They'll get their leverage behind my shoulder, push me forward. So sometimes if I don't go into a proper forward position, it'll look like this. Right now, my body is dead. My arm is stuck underneath me. Right, I'm gonna have a difficult time moving my hips. It's okay if they push you forward, but if they do, I'm just going to step over into the next mechanical position. So I've got weight on the shoulder, the knee, the foot, the toes are active, and I have the ability here to use my hand, and I also have a mechanical position to defend from. I also have created space so that I can move my body. If I do it the previous way, my hips are dead here. And I need movement to start to survive and try to outposition my partner. So, my partner's in that chair mount. So maybe they get behind the shoulder and they get leverage, they start to push me forward. You'll see here, the hips are stuck. She actually has a pretty good position here. She can start attacking the neck and potentially going to the back. So if we back up, I've got my frame, and if she starts to push that forward, that's okay if I go forward, but I'm going to step over into the same mechanical position I just showed you. Now I've got some space under my body here, so I can manipulate my arm. Weight is on the shoulder. I can still keep my frame in, protect my neck. So what I'm going to do is yoke grip the back of this leg here. And I can also move them with my hips and start to put a hook in to control them. I like to come up and either control with the foot or the back of the heel to maintain control of the leg as I start to turn my body. So I like to put pressure, look for my yoke grips, turn around, put them in the guard. So again, they start to drive forward. I keep my mechanics, yoke grip the back, control. I can yoke grip, go to a recovery, into the guard. That's a second option I will usually use to escape the chair mount position. Okay guys, we're going to continue with the chair mount escape series that we've been working on. This one, sometimes I nickname the backdoor escape or like a forearm push escape. This happens, I've built my frame and they're in the chair mount position. So they either choose, you know, I'll build my frame here. Sometimes I'll frame up and move my body and push down. So they'll drive back into me and they'll put their weight on top of this elbow, or I'll bump them up on it with my knee. That looks like this. So what I've done is I've got my elbow under the thigh here and I'm gonna bridge up, and my goal is to bridge hard enough to put their weight into their hands onto the mat. As soon as I do that, I can backdoor escape, come out and look for hooks to move to the back. So I've got my posture. I get this most often with this knee bump. Now put them up on the leg. So right now I've got the elbow, instead of in front of the thigh, starting to escape out the back door. Get my bridge, frame, come up and look for the hooks. It's the backdoor escape from the chair mount position. Okay guys, we're continuing with our escapes from the chair mount position. This one I nicknamed the ejector seat. It's pretty much a shrimping move straight north. It's a timed move, so I have to pick the appropriate time to do this when my opponent's weight comes out of their hips and goes into their feet on the mat. So this is going to happen as we play chess and interact in rolling. So just the mechanics. As I'm playing, sometimes I can shift them or move their hips off of me. Sometimes they're keeping their weight here, so I want to shift their weight so their weight goes into this back knee that's behind me. One of the ways I can do that is if I built that frame and I'm controlling this knee, I'm in the basic defensive posture. I will pinch their leg or thigh between my knee and my forearm, and I'll rock this way. So I'll connect, tilt them like that, and that puts me into a position where I can bridge and shrimp out. Looks like this. So right now she's pretty tight, so I get that pinching move, I can control the knee, and I just shift like that. She's gonna come back into me, that's when it's gonna shrimp out. So all I did was move her hips so that the weight goes into this back knee. Right now she has pressure on me. She's able to move her feet, what I want to do is shift the energy, her weight, into that back knee. I'll do the pinch and shift. So the weight's in the back knee now. She wants to come back toward me. Go ahead. I have to keep that. I'll get my feet active, just shrimp out, and I can just address them from there. Pretty simple move. This one we call the ejector seat. You're just shrimping north. Okay guys, this next move is another move off of the Escape the Chair Mount series that we've been looking at for the last little bit. I use this one to set up the ejector seat that we've looked at previously, but sometimes I'll just get this move by itself, especially if the practitioner is not necessarily expecting it. Once they've seen it a few times, they'll start to negotiate a better position on it, but it will also set up, as they deal with it, your opportunity to do many of the previous escapes that we've done. So for this one, I'll keep a good posture, and I generally will invite the hands to the front of the body. So that, you know, if they're going under the head, sometimes I'll try to block it off, and I'll give the invitation to come over the top. When they do that, I'm going to catch the arm like that. Now right now I'm not under her hips, so I can shift my weight back a little bit and get my knee and my hips underneath them. So I'm just going to bridge and roll up like that. So one more time, I wait for the hand to sneak in front. On my defense, I will catch it and then shift my hips underneath, ready my toes, bridge straight up and over. What this will look like if I don't catch the hand, or sometimes they'll pull the hand out of my grip here and they'll just put it on the mat. But you see her weight has all gone into the upper body. This sets up an opportunity to go through the back door escape. If they shift their weight back down to recover the position, I can just frame, come out to the ejector seat and place them in front of my tools. Hey guys, thanks for checking out the video today. If you like the content, be sure and like and subscribe below so you can keep up with what we have coming out in the future. Also, check us out on erikpaulson.com. We've got programs on the main website for the general public and students, and we also have a lot of information and programs that are available for professional martial artists through the association.